have
bananas, exactly. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Forbidden Lands. I don't hear any music.
The music, yeah. I forgot, sorry.
Oh, it's all right. I was like...
There we go.
My immersion.
There we go. There was something off, and I'm too tired for my brain to know what it was. We're good. Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy New Year, everybody. A brand new year, same table story. And by same, I mean there's a lot of shows about to happen, which is, I guess it's kind of new table story. But anyway, hi. I hope you all are well, chat. Thank you for being here today with us. We've got a full cast. What feels better?
Woo!
And she will stay better or else.
Or else. Yes.
I don't know what I can threaten with
yeah,
you.
or
Sick.
else.
Yeah,
Let's just leave it at that. You know?
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
There we go.
An open threat.
I hope everyone is well. Because if you're not, well, cuddle up in bed. Watch the show. Be all snuggly. Get yourself some cocoa. Do whatever you need to do this happy little winter. Yeah, right? I actually thought about making cocoa today. So we'll start out with... what's your name? And what do you put in your cocoa? Yeah, I'm going to switch it up today. I don't know, what do you put in your cocoa? That's right. Whack. Who are you and what do you put in your
Hi,
cocoa?
I'm Wax Steven. I play Nickel, and I guess I haven't had hot chocolate in a while. Whipped cream?
Good answer.
I
Cat.
like that answer.
Hi, my name's Kat. I play Manasa, your favorite loot goblin. My hot cocoa, I like 1 shot of peppermint. I like 1 shot of hazelnut. I like 1 shot of chocolate with whipped cream, chocolate sprinkles, and marshmallows, and cocoa powder sprinkled on top.
Cat wins.
It's not gross. It's delicious.
That doesn't sound right.
What about the bacon?
With a
You have that
side
on
of
the
bacon.
side. Yeah, side
Side of
okay.
bacon. Do you
I
actually
was
order
ready
that?
for that answer,
Have
and
you
I
actually
don't.
ordered
Yeah.
that?
It's because
Yeah.
she goes to Starbucks or something
It's
and
good.
orders the exact cake.
Wait a
You
minute.
order that thing.
Are you a sorority chick?
That
Like,
does
oh my
sound
God,
like it.
okay, I'm gonna get some hot cocoa right now, guys. Alright, okay. I'm just
Look,
shot
Her
of
sweater, her tights, and her
I'm
boots.
like,
shot of vanilla, shot of
I am a loot goblin. I'm a loot
Gigantic
goblin.
Uggs.
I like all the stuff on it.
She's collecting flavors.
I'm
the
collecting
things.
flavors,
She
collecting
goes up
all
there,
the
she's like-
toppings, like...
A+. All right. Well, Faye, can you top that for your favorite cocoa?
I absolutely cannot unless you want a more minimalized version of it, because I like putting a little bit of peppermint in there, maybe like a peppermint cane or something. And I'll do whipped cream, maybe marshmallows if I'm feeling spicy underneath the whipped cream. And I have dark chocolate hot cocoa. Not milk chocolate hot cocoa, just to specify.
Do you do?
It tastes richer.
Okay. I'll give my answer when
Black of the
I get to there.
chocolate.
He makes a joke, but Frank's right. He's right. He ain't. I detect no lies.
No
Frank,
lies
your
detected.
turn.
No lies.
What do you like in your hot chocolate?
I like cinnamon in mine. Whatever snickerdoodle is at the snickerdoodle stuff. It's like cinnamon and marshmallows, a little bit of whipped cream, and a little bit of that cookie, whatever the heck flavoring they put in it. It's really good. Snickerdoodle is like,
Like gingerbread? Is that
yeah,
the
it's got
cookie
like
stuff
that
you're talking
ginger
about?
and type.
Well, snickerdoodles.
Yeah,
that's the
so
thing.
good.
That's cinnamon
Snickerdoodle
sugar.
flavoring is a thing.
Yeah. It's like a
Cinnamon
eating
sugar, a little bit of
experience,
nutmeg.
but drinking it. Yeah, it's really great.
I love. I haven't made snickerdoodles in a while.
Super
They're so
good. I actually want like a snickerdoodle like cookie or something, whatever the heck it
Yeah,
would
the
be
cookies.
made.
Yeah,
The cookies are
snickerdoodles
so good.
cookies. They're delicious. They're
It's like
they're
one of my
soft,
favorites.
Soft sugar cookies that you put in a ball and
dear
roll in
God.
cinnamon and sugar,
Damn,
and then they
please.
melt and.
This is like hot.
What is that thing that you're describing right now, Dan? Why have I not had it?
Damn.
Well,
You've never had a snickerdoodle?
I've had snickerdoodle cookies.
You
Like,
haven't had a drink? Oh my
that's
god.
it. That's all
Yeah,
I've
never
had.
had
It's
the drink,
seasonal
but-
though. You can only get it during the fall and the winter, but oh my god. It's so
You can
good.
make them whenever you want.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. I had it in Korea. And for the first time I had it in Korea, and I was like, is this a Korean special? And everybody looked at me like I was dumb. I think they serve this on campus.
Yes.
Oh.
Thank you. And bloody. Your name and what do you like
you
in your
did.
cocoa?
Hello?
Yeah, of course I
Hi.
did. You know how I do
Hi.
this.
Of course
every
you
week.
did. Of course you did. We're
Every
waiting
week.
for it. Every time. Hi, I'm Bloody Faster, and I'm back. Thank you so much for the warm welcome back. And I'm sorry that I missed the last session. And I play Imkip, and I'm ready to roll today. Hopefully, I'll be, cured from my heat stroke. And my hot cocoa. I haven't had a hot cocoa in a hot minute, but I also go minimalistic. It's either just it as is, or maybe okay. So it depends. If I want to stay sober, we're going with like whipped cream, okay? If we don't, then we put some boozy stuff in it. Like we put some Baileys in it, like you put some maybe some rum,
cocoa.
maybe a bit of rum in the mix,
How do they do it in
We're
Greece?
adults.
I want to know.
They just throw some ouzo in there.
Come on.
They throw some malaka in there.
Just
You know what I'm
take it
saying?
and just throw it on the ground. Just smash it. Like, opa. Just smash it.
Malaka.
Malaka. Smash. Yep. Exactly. We just don't drink it.
Perfect. Thank you, buddy. And Domestic Dan, hi. GM of Consequences, all that fun. For hot cocoa, for me, it's dark chocolate. Always and forever. Give me that dark chocolate. That's what I need. Milk chocolate's just a lie.
No,
why are you
stop
watering
this.
it down?
Stop this.
Why are you watering
Milk
it down?
chocolate is amazing. White chocolate is also amazing, and do not come.
White chocolate doesn't even have cocoa in it.
Nah, bro. White chocolate is the inferior. Let's just be real here,
with
okay?
this shit. Okay,
Can we
white
just at
chocolate
least
is
have
delicious.
something for once, Bloody? Thank you.
Yes.
But dark
Oh my
chocolate
God.
just tastes
Oh
better
my
as hot cocoa. It's more rich. It tastes delicious.
Speak the truth, Faye.
Give me 70% or more for chocolate,
Yes.
please, and thank you.
God damn, it's so bitter though.
I want my
It's
face
so
to be punched with chocolate.
It's because you're eating it wrong. You gotta let it
eating
melt
it
in your
wrong.
mouth, not in your hand.
Oh, what?
Exactly. like the opposite of M&Ms. All right.
You guys
with
make me
that-
feel bad because I'm so extra with my hot chocolate.
So when's the podcast?
I can't help I'm extra.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just
Honestly, I didn't even
honestly,
put that
I'm
much
just
in that
I'm
time.
just worried
we
about your blood
analyze-
sugar level, Kat. Seriously.
Are you sure you're not worried
Bacon
about
for a
like my
living. What you mean?
cholesterol?
I mean,
Because of my
What you
bacon?
mean? It's
Yeah,
how she
the
balances out
bacon
her
too.
clogged arteries.
Yeah, does that coffee drink
imagine we
melt
just
the
see
bacon?
Kat stirring the hot chocolate with the bacon.
Bake a bacon straw for her hot chocolate.
oh my God, stop this. Why is this happening?
I just really like bacon, okay?
Did you just say a bacon straw?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I
Yes,
was
sir.
thinking that. Actually,
Hell yeah.
just suck all of it.
Oh, good Lord Almighty. All right. Well, we ready to go. Let's do this. I wanted something. It's a new year. We had to get our laughs out first. I wanted to do a little different thing, throw people off like always, because the consequence of having me as the GM is I got to make sure that you're always on your toes. And so with that, last time on Forbidden Lands, our party explored a little bit more of that defense building they were in this small little town. This hidden town with a malfunctioning Deathbringer, which had been taken out due to everyone's quick thinking and wit. A little bit of Deathbringer climbing, a little bit of Deathbringer gun use on itself. A lot of ingenuity there. And after that, they went and explored a bit. Through some buildings, some may have collapsed almost entirely on our fabled best roller of the show. And
I got 2 20s last episode.
you
And a
did.
fail.
We remember one of
Proud
those.
of you.
But everyone survived. And they decided after conversation, maybe some annoyance from some players, maybe a little bit of bitterness still from some of the danger and the risk taking, they decided to go to this fabled Site Theta that was described as, well, an old one's facility. Something about defense, maybe? Defense in the war? But this orb that Alkali has been toting around for a while ended up being what seems to be an administration key. So this AI, this fragment as it self-described itself, communicated with her as she was very persuasive in getting information from it. She also found an old one's weapon that they'd never seen before. This strange reloadable weapon that she now totes with a beautiful leather strap. And after finding nothing here and deciding maybe we'll take a detour because that's the only landmark we really have to go off of right now, let's go check out Site Theta. 30 miles away. Long, arduous trudging and walking through the night in this desert. They find a sunken crater with at the bottom of it a cylindrical looking concrete structure. And they entered in after Administrator Alkali was recognized by this seemingly same AI. The door opens, sliding into the ground, and a platform awaits them. I think maybe before entering you hear a little bit of stirring on the Strider. Manasa specifically, I think you were riding with MK, correct? Yeah, so you would
Correct.
hear and maybe even feel MK stir a bit.
Hey. MK?
Hi. Hi. Good morning? What day is it? What is happening?
Well, you woke up at a very interesting time. How do you feel?
I feel okay. I feel hungry, but I think I'm okay. What happened to me? I didn't eat mushrooms again, did I?
No, you didn't.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Okay. So, what is this place?
An old one's facility.
Glad to see you're up and around, MK. Are you feeling better?
Thank you. Yes, I am better. But I'm so confused. I kept hearing explosions and screams in my sleep. Was I dreaming about all that stuff?
Not exactly.
No.
Are we all here? Are we all okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
we're good.
How are you feeling?
I'm better. Okay, just tell me what happened. Where's Fuka? Where's Fuka? Fuka! Where is it? Where is she?
Shh,
Keep it down.
here.
Keep it down.
She's on the Strider.
Oh.
I walk over to MK. And I sort of like kneel down to the ground to kind of like look up at her. And I say, I have some bad news.
Where's the good news part?
The good news is that we're all okay. The bad news is that we encountered more of the machines that we saw in Meridian, the Deathbringers. We ran into one.
What? What do you mean?
It was
Deactivated. It was
damaged partially, and Zaire was able to use its own weapon against it.
It was really cool.
What? Are you messing with me?
No.
No.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Now what? Where is it? Can I see it? Is it here?
Most of it is in Manasa's pack.
How big is that pack, Manasa?
I just
You
thought it
really
would.
can fit everything in there.
I just thought it would be important to let you know.
You couldn't have not woken me up, huh?
You were kind of unconscious.
You were suffering from heat stroke.
Heat stroke?
Yeah. You needed rest and you needed water. We couldn't have involved you.
Damn my bald head! Okay.
Are you able to stand on your own?
I mean, I can try. I think so. Am I able, Dan? No problems?
Why don't you go give me a might check, difficulty 1.
Oh.
I would be helping her off the Strider as well.
Sure.
But I don't
You can
know
have an
how.
asset. Yeah, you can have an asset. You know the number you shouldn't roll. You didn't. Good job. Yeah, you have no problems. Maybe you feel a little shaky. You know, like when you've slept way too long and your body's still kind of fatigued? That's kind of what you feel like. Just you've kind of been in bed too
how
long.
That feels like. Yes. Okay. Oh God. Okay. All right. Okay. I think I'm good. If I get some food in my belly, I think I'll be 100%.
I would reach into the pack and get her some of the jerky that we made.
Okay. Yes.
Still plenty left. She didn't sleep eat it.
Oh, that's good news. I stuff my face with the jerky. Thank you.
You need to make sure you're
drink
hydrated as well.
Some water, please.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, that's good. What's the game plan?
Game plan is Alkali found something, and we are following this map.
So, you remember the map that we found on that electronic device, one of the old ones?
I do.
Well, in the last area that we were in when you were passed out, there was another one of the old one spirits. You know what those look like, right? Like Artemis?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Right.
Yes. What?
So, but they didn't have a name. So, I was able to, with my blue orb, which was apparently a key of some sort, I was able to gain access to a box. And in that box, there were some medical supplies as well as some explosives and ammunition for this baby. And I would smack my gun on my back.
Whoa! What is
Right.
that? Where'd you find that?
We got very lucky that there was one left inside the area. But while I was in there, I was able to scan this key for this Site Theta. And the spirit went ahead and put a marker on our map so that we could locate it. It's about 30 miles out from where we were towards the north. And we've still got a long way to go, but this was the closest thing that we could check out while you were feeling this way, so.
Wait, is that where we are at right now?
Right, we're here, we're outside Site Theta right now. I would point towards
a lot
like
of
where it
things that
says the sign.
Yep, there's the circle with the line through it above the door that is open.
We don't
That
have
means
much
Theta.
light left.
Yeah. Do we want to have myself and someone else go scout inside before we bring everyone in? Or do we want to just go all together?
I think it's better if we take a look first.
Okay.
I can go with you.
Zaire, are you okay?
Zayade's just kind of like bent over. He has the 2 metal slabs that he's gotten from the Deathbringer. While everybody's having a talk, he's kind of away from the group, just looking at it and just kind of like doing some thoughts in his head, just to give you guys a background. Yeah, I'm fine. I got a lot on my mind. I'm trying to figure something out here. while you guys discuss.
Can I help?
All right. Well, you two go on ahead. MK, Zaire, and I will stay back.
Okay, see if you can figure it out, whatever Zaire's got on his mind. Nikel, are you ready?
Always.
All right.
Be careful.
And I would... We'll try. I'll turn on my focus and head in.
Okay.
I'll follow behind.
All right. The two of you step onto the Site Theta platform.
Hello, Administrator.
Hello.
Would you like to proceed?
Yes.
You would all hear that, by the way. They haven't gone down yet. It's the same voice, by the way, as in that defense building you were in.
Wait, so we would hear it?
You definitely would hear that before they go down.
Oh, so it's the same exact
okay.
one.
So, well, it sounds exactly the same.
By any chance, do you have a designation?
Go ahead and give me a difficulty 5. Computers/intellect.
Okay. So my artifact knowledge technology would work in this instance? Kind of similarly to how I used it last time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You could use that similarly.
Difficulty 5, right?
Yes.
13?
Success.
My designation is Ares.
Dan, out of curiosity, in all of like my readings about old ones and everything like that, would I have possibly been able to make any sort of connection with like Artemis and Ares and Hades and all of them?
Why don't you go ahead and give me that one would be like more
Right.
archaeology is kind of like where that fits. Archaeology
Okay.
or anthropology.
Yeah, that's perfect.
'cause it's like a culture check, so intelligence for that. That would be a difficulty 7.
Okay. I have archaeology, so I'll be rolling that.
Okay. Again, you all
I'll
do hear
also
this. They
use-
haven't gone down yet.
I'll also use 1 effort.
Okay.
Okay.
You've never heard Ares before. The others occasionally you found like maybe minor references to, but
Right.
not really any knowledge of what's going on. Nikel, you definitely have heard of like Artemis or some of those occasionally if you heard Aloy talking about the spirits or the gods. But
I would assume that I heard Hades and Artemis, but I don't think I've
Yes.
heard of any of the others.
yeah, Hades is absolutely a no for you as well. You
Right.
don't even need to roll for that. But yeah, so continue.
Are you ready, Nikel?
Yes.
Okay. We'd like to proceed.
Very good, Administrator.
And you feel kind of a slight dip in your stomach as the elevator goes down and you see the door that was open shut.
Oh.
And you three
this is-
outside would see the door shut behind them.
This is similar to in the station, remember?
Yes.
The cage? Huh. I guess they used a lot of these.
I feel uneasy.
Yeah. We won't go far.
Difficulty 1 perception from you both.
Okay.
No focus for this.
That's fine. 12?
So you both kind of notice, maybe near the door, if you look up at, maybe when Nikel was like kind of feeling uneasy looking around at this like cylindrical room that feels like it's moving, that you can't see numbers above where the door is. See, started at 0 probably, and minus 100, minus 200, minus 300. minus 400, minus 500, minus 600, minus 700, and it keeps counting until it hits about 1500, and then you feel it slow to a stop.
That's a pretty big number, huh?
What does it mean?
Well, I think maybe it means, I guess how far down we went because we were moving downward. I don't know what measurement. Because the old ones used feet and other ones as well.
Is there a door or anything for us to leave this thing?
Dan, is there any sort of like open designation that I can see on the door?
With your focus, if you have that on,
Yes.
I think yeah, there is. There's your standard hollow door symbol.
Oh, sorry. I didn't notice. There's one right here. Hold on. And I would do the typical turn and try and open it.
The hollow lock turns green, slides open, and then the door slides down. You're met with a bright corridor. It almost looks like it's polished floor, very those really bright old ones lights. Maybe haven't been this bright in a long time. Usually they're a bit faded or some of them are out. And the walls are lined with like photographs or something. You can't tell while you're in the elevator.
I look out, try to see if there's anything ready to jump out at us.
Okay. Perception for you, like noticing danger specifically, and difficulty 2.
19.
Ooh.
Very nice. No, nothing jumping out immediately. For the minor effect, you do see something that moves occasionally, which maybe throws you off. You've never seen something like it before, but up in the corner of a wall, there's like a little cylinder, a little box or something, and it kind of rotates a bit, and then you catch its eye, and then it seems to focus in on you, Mikkel.
Wait.
What?
I point. I move slightly.
I would look up with my focus and see if I can give it a scan from where I'm standing.
Yeah, you can actually. Another difficulty 3 perception for you with your focus.
Okay. 11?
Yeah. You are able to scan it. It looks like it's some sort of visual device.
Huh.
Communication, something like that. You may have seen these before occasionally. They just never were working or
Right,
on.
they were never active.
Mm-mm.
Mikkel, the old ones used to use these as some sort of monitoring device to,
It is
I
tracking
guess, watch?
me.
Right. I've never seen one active.
This one is. Be very careful.
I don't know if we should keep going without the others. If we're being watched, there might be people here. Or worse. If you want to keep going, I will.
What else do I see around the area?
Door at the end of this long corridor, maybe 30-foot corridor, not that long, but you do see, yeah, those are those old ones pictures or something. Some of them look like the closest ones, because some of them are too far, but the closest ones, maybe is it just like a bunch of old ones, men and women, standing around in front of some sort of machine, maybe? And like one of them, a couple of them, like it's a lot of pictures of people together in groups.
You said that the floor looked polished.
Very clean.
Very clean. Like
Very, very
the whole
clean.
room, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I don't know if we should keep going is there's an active monitoring thing, and I mean I'm sure you can see this, but I've never seen any old one ruins or facilities that didn't have dust and dirt and rocks everywhere.
It is strange. I'm going to take out an arrow and just kind of throw it down the hall.
Okay. Could you give me a might check, difficulty 2? I just want to see how far it goes. Okay.
8.
Yeah. How far do you want it to go? Because you could like kind of lob it like a spear to try to get it to the door, or you could get it like halfway.
I'd probably just kind of toss it. I'm not trying to launch it or anything.
So like
I'm just
5
trying
feet
to,
in front of you, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It clatters to the floor, kind of rolls a little bit in its odd angle due to the arrowhead. But
does the camera follow it?
Ooh. You already noticed it with your 19. Yeah, it does for a second there, and then it goes back to you.
It sees the arrow, and it sees us. I think you're right. I think we should get the others.
Okay. And maybe we can do something about that monitoring device. But there might be more.
Should I destroy it?
Could be useful. And also, we don't know who we're dealing with. Let's regroup with the others, and we'll talk about it.
All right. Can we
Ares?
go back up?
Yes, Administrator.
May we please go back up to the entrance of Site Theta?
Of course.
Thank you.
The door shuts with your question, and you feel that slight pit in your stomach again as it begins to move unseen. We'll swap over to the other 3 outside. What were you 3 doing while they were gallivanting down an elevator?
I would like to go towards Zairi and kind of look over and see what he's working on. I'm just kind of.
What would you see,
looking.
Saidi?
Well, for a while, Zaddy's been wanting to get out of his current weapon. He feels like it's not fitting him anymore, and it's kind of like a let go of the past type thing. He felt kind of like a ball and chain has been holding him down, and this weapon is a part of it. It's seen many death. It's seen it was his father's, not only by his hand but his father's hand, and he wants something bigger and something that can define him, since he is much bigger than his father, and he just feels like the start of his cleansing journey is a new weapon. So he wants to build sort of almost like a buster sword, so to speak. It's like a gigantic sword. So he has these big metal plates from the Deathbringer, which I guess is reinforced metal, since the Deathbringer's hard to kill.
It is.
And he's just like, I could really use bigger if I take this.
What are you making? My eyes are just lit up. You know, I see all this stuff happening. Like, what is this?
A personal project. Just trying to figure out how to do it.
Wow, can I help?
Limited resources. You don't even know what it is.
I don't have to know. I mean, no one could help, but I just want to, I like what I'm seeing. Mm-hmm.
Well, I've been really working on my upper body strength and leg placement, and I feel that I am outgrowing my previous weapon, this sword here. Of course, it was a Kaja mold. Doesn't really fit my big hands, and my strength that I throw into it, I feel like is halved. If I can take this metal, came from a Deathbringer, I ripped it off, and it's very reinforced, very thick. I feel like I can sharpen it to a good edge and have solid backing with the motion of the pull of the earth and the weight behind my swing. I feel like I can do a lot of damage with it.
Yes.
It's like a personal journey. I feel like this is it. This is one of my answers that I need to do and get rid of the past and pass on that legacy to someone else.
Yes.
But I'm thinking overweight on top, maybe too much weight. I need more of a handle, thicker wrapping. I do have some spare leather, and I do have some of the materials made from Fiuka still left behind, so I can probably make a sturdy handle. But I need something to counter the weight. I don't want to commit fully to a strike and just have to pick it back up with a lot more strength and exhaust myself. So I'm looking for ways to make it more aerodynamic. I'm sorry, I'm going off.
No, keep going. Keep going off.
So I'm thinking,
Yes.
if I can cut along there, I need something to be able to melt this, to put it together, and enough heat.
Well, we can do what we did for Fuka.
We could, but this is a much bigger mold. If we were to make it, we need something of oil, maybe fat, or something to make the fire hotter. This is a lot more reinforced than what we did for Fioka, so this would be a little difficult to really put together.
Well, we have to, though. We have to make that happen.
I am thinking, for the size of this weight is going to be overbearing. I can't put all the weight down at the bottom. I'm going to have to make a longer grip at the bottom and also a grip on the back of the blade itself to hold it and he kind of picks up the metal, kind of like here. I can get more of a reinforced slam on this, or I can do a full-edged chop. But if I put a handle at the top, slinging this and pulling it back is more speed.
Yeah, who would do that anyway? Right? No, your idea makes sense.
What are you doing, Manasa, while this is all happening? They're very, very into this conversation about weapons and forging, and maybe it's intriguing, maybe it's boring. The two of them are seemingly, I don't know, it almost, would it be a correct assumption to say you two almost seem like you're back to your normal selves, just at least in this conversation?
I think Zaidi is invested a lot in MK. I mean, he's never really put that much push into her when it comes to conversation, and he's kind of lost himself in her excitement because nobody else really cares about what Zaidi cares about, really. I guess you could say. So he just feels like he's back home in Ostrom planning something in the blacksmith hall, just planning out a weapon, except it's a little more meaning because it's for him, not anybody else.
Yeah, and when it comes to me, I'm really excited just getting to work on another weapon, because that's what I like to do. So it's kind of like time stopped, I don't really think about what's happening around me or with the others. Just, this is it now. I'm just,
Okay, cool. I just wanted to kind of get an idea of how you two are looking to say Manasa on a cursory glance. So, what are you doing, Manasa?
I'm eavesdropping.
That's it? Just sitting there, just kind of listening? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just kind of listening, but I'm not looking at them. Sometimes I'll turn and glance a little bit, but I'm pretty much just fiddling with the outer shell of the Strider as I sit on it, just listening to their conversation.
And that's not it. So the top part, normally when you build a sword, you slant it for something of this weight, but I want to cut it on even edges and take it to a point, because if I put that handle here, I can also thrust with it and enlarge it in. Maybe
can
do
you
even more
though?
damage.
Will it be just light enough so that you can thrust? I don't know. I don't know.
Hey,
there you are.
Everyone.
The door's
I
still
found
open.
something.
Who?
What?
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
I see you two were at work.
It's a stupid idea anyway. So he just puts it together and just kind of pushes, starts to rope it together so he can put it on his back again.
So what did you find?
So, Nikel, thanks to his keen eyes, we were able to find that they had a monitoring device. Active, not inactive, which boggles my mind because any of those old visual devices that they used normally are inactive, which means that either for some reason it's automated in some way, shape, or form, or there might be people in there.
So let me get this straight. You found a monitoring machine still intact.
Yes.
Which means that it is possible that there are people alive inside.
Right. The halls, the whole room, Nikel, it was clean.
Yes, there were pictures on the walls, a long hallway and a door with this eye that followed each way that I moved and even followed an arrow that I threw.
Pictures of what?
Can you just reiterate what those pictures were?
Absolutely. They're the ones that you could make out without going into the hallway. One of the closest was what looked like a team or a crew or a number of men and women standing in front of some sort of large machine, looking kind of happy, I guess, is maybe a good way to put it. And you saw like some of the other pictures that kind of looked similar, like groups of people sitting at tables, that sort of thing. It's kind of just odd.
So old one pictures.
Yes. And the place was very clean.
Yes,
Right.
well, cauldrons are clean as well, machine-wise.
No, they're dusty. Remember when we went into the last one, there were rock falls and stuff? Normally, if it's machines, yes, there will be dust that hasn't settled and maybe like tracks or something. But in all of the ruins that I've ever been in, it's been dusty, it's been not maintained, and this one looks well maintained.
So does that mean that there's someone down there living?
There could be people, or it could be machines that were possibly made to clean, or I don't know, but the monitoring system was still active, which means that if there is someone monitoring, they saw us. Because the old one visual device, it was focused on Nikel, right? You said it was focused on you?
It followed me, yes.
And
Okay, but nothing happened?
No. It could be safe, and it could just be that it's active somehow on some power source that didn't go out, but this place looked maintained.
I mean, it didn't kill you on sight, so I guess that's a plus.
Right.
But
We think it's
does
better
that
if
mean
all
we
of
gotta
us
go
go.
back?
Yeah. Together.
I'm going to hop off
MK,
the
if you
strider.
have any other ideas of where we should go, I'm happy to hear them.
Me? I have no idea what happened in the past. I don't know how long I was out. No, I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna follow.
Okay.
But you're gonna let me smash if it comes to that.
If it is required.
Right.
Okay.
So we have something to think about. That visual device. If it's just the one, if there are multiple, and it's monitoring the whole facility, how do we want to deal with that? Do we want to take them out? Do we want to find some way to disable them? Do we want to just leave them and explore? I feel uncomfortable if there's someone watching.
I mean, I guess we go down there and figure it out?
If there is someone watching and we take it out, they could see it as a threat, or see us as a threat. They could see
That
it
was-
as a hostile move.
That's
Right.
a good point, Manasa.
So should I not
No.
wheel?
No.
If we do end up taking them out, it would be one of us disabling them without destroying it. But
And I think the only person that can do that is you. correct?
Right.
All right. Well, I say we take our weapons with us
Of course.
for self-defense.
Oh, I also, we didn't divide up the explosives that I received. I gave you the stim things.
Explosives?
Yes.
Explosives? Explosives?
So, in that box, remember I told you I found a bunch of things?
yes.
Well,
Yes.
I have, and I would rifle through my pack and get out the 3 grenades that I did find. I have 3 of these. They're explosives. I'm not positive on how they work. Dan, if I observe it, might I be able to kind of try and figure out a way to, like, how the grenades themselves would function?
Yeah, you totally can. Go ahead and give me so like a
Archaeology?
No, definitely not.
Well, we use that for the guns. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, you used it for the guns because you just happened to see
Right.
those. These, it's going to be more of like an explosives. You know they're already explosives compared to before. So it'd be more like an explosives check if you happen to have some sort of skill with that. Otherwise,
No.
difficulty 2.
Okay. Perfect. Now, I just want to specify,
Do these have a pin in them?
I did not pull anything. I was just looking at it.
Oh,
To
well,
specify.
That's Dan's
I
choice.
see 2021
He's
is not gonna
right.
be
It
any
is
different, huh? Okay.
2021.
Yeah, happy 2021. Someone didn't get the memo that the year has changed.
She's just being thematic, you know. She rolled 2 20s, you know, last game.
I will use an experience to cancel out that GM intrusion.
Okay.
I don't want us to die.
Okay. You don't entirely know how this will work.
Okay. Yeah, I've got no clue on how these work. If any of you want to take a look at them, go for it, because I'm at my limit when it comes to that stuff. So, does anyone want one of these?
Yes, I do. Me.
I would
myself.
pass one to
I want
MK.
one. Thank you.
We should make sure that we're geared up properly and supplies are divided before we go inside. That's why I'm doing
Am
this.
I allowed to use this? Well, of course not now.
No.
But
If we-
like
If we need
at
to,
some
but
point in the
but
future.
but MK,
Yes.
try and see if you can figure it out without it arming it.
Oh, of course. Of course. Can I do
Don't-
that, by the way,
Don't
Dan?
drop it either.
Right.
Oh, no. I would never do that. No.
You can. You're the last person that can roll on how to like figure these out.
Okay.
So, in difficulty 2. If you happen to think you have a relevant skill, let me know. Otherwise, that.
I have puzzle solving. Would that be considered I mean, it's something that I have to figure out, right? Why are you laughing?
I'll allow that. That's
so
actually
I
kind of
don't have
clever.
the
Yeah.
description.
Yeah, that's clever.
See? Thank you.
It's a weird thing that no one knows how to use. It's essentially a puzzle. Yeah, you can use puzzle
Hey.
solving.
So difficulty 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It looks like there's a thing you squeeze and then pull a pin, and then when you release that, probably a timer of some kind goes off. So it looks like it's kind of got a safety in the sense the pin is the safety, and then while it's squeezed, it's armed but not exploding yet, and then you throw.
Okay. So can I just relay all this to them?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
Okay. So, do you see this ring right here?
Yes.
Do not take that off. Okay?
Okay.
Unless you're ready to throw that shit and blow someone up. Okay?
So is it timed, or does it just like, how does?
I think as long as you squeeze it, it doesn't go off.
Okay.
Okay? But
All
then
right.
you just, pull that and then throw it.
Okay. Does
Okay.
anyone want the other one? I have 3, so there are 2 left.
I'll take the other one.
I'll take.
Okay, I can give both of them to you. So I'll give one to Nikel and one to Manasa. Does everyone have some sort of healing supplies?
I have that healing device you gave me.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
I have a potion.
All right. I don't, but I'll be fine. Are we?
Perhaps
are we
you
good?
should have this potion then.
No. It's fine.
Yes.
I think you should hold on to this potion.
I agree.
Is it one of those potions,
Do you have one, Zairi?
He has a stim that I gave him.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I'll
Is
be
it
fine.
one of those foul-smelling ones? Huh?
No, this is a different one.
Oh. Okay. Is it safe?
Yes, it should be.
Aha. Okay.
Are
I
you
mean,
sure?
I'll drink it if no one wants
I'm
it. You
sure.
know, just yeah. I can test it out
Okay.
when the time comes.
All right. We can always give them to each other if something happens anyway. So.
Yes.
Or just to me.
All right.
All right. So.
Maybe we should go back all together now.
Right.
I'll walk back over to the door, kind of hold it open for people.
Okay. You all step in, leaving the strider outside.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, about the time you step in, you maybe notice like the sun is up. Not high in the sky, but it is up now. You consider this morning. And as you, Alkali, enter, whenever that is, you would get the very familiar.
Hello, Administrator. How may I help you?
If I look around, everyone's on.
I believe so, unless anyone specified otherwise.
Nope.
Yeah.
We would like to proceed, Ares.
Very good.
The door shuts, and all of you feel that sinking kind of stomach flip for a second.
I don't like this feeling.
I know. But at least this is something we're aware of already. We've been through this.
And the numbers descend all the way to 1,500 again.
MK, that's not helping. MK, that's not helping.
I
MK.
would cover MK's mouth.
I smack her. Like I literally smack her before as she's like reaching to cover her mouth. I smack her.
So you get smacked and then your mouth gets covered as you are.
Enough. You are not a child. This is serious.
We need to be quiet, and we need to be careful, MK. Okay? All right? I'll uncover her mouth. And I'll give her like a little like shoulder squeeze, you know, kind of like, we got this.
Maybe one side of your face is stinging a little bit, so you've kind of got a comfort and also snapped back into reality, more or less.
You shouldn't have to go that hard.
Muster your courage. We need it.
Okay, fine.
Can you open the door again?
Is the elevator still moving, Dan?
About that time, it stops, and the little light for the door turns
Yes.
on.
And I'll go ahead and put my hand out and twist.
And the door slides down. This bright, clean hallway with a single arrow sitting 5 feet away from the door. And Nikel, you'd note as that door opens, camera turns.
See, there is the device. It moves. To follow.
Does it follow your whole body or does it follow limbs?
It followed the arrow when I threw it.
It did.
So possibly movement, but it came and it went right back to us.
Well, there's only one, so it can only keep an eye on one of us at a time.
I'll go first.
I'll go with you. We have to scan it and see if there's anything around.
Let me go first and see if it follows me.
I'll be right behind you.
I start to walk out.
Yep. And as your suspicion, camera turns and follows you.
After he walks in a bit, I'd like to walk in and see if it aims towards me.
Yeah, it ends up actually, it does turn, and it kind of sits in between you two. And if you both are moving forward, it would stay kind of in between. If only one of you, then
I would kind of like stay back a little bit and let it see if it would kind of follow him or if it stays on me.
So it does like a quick kind of glance in your rough direction, maybe not fast, but kind of turns and then goes back to Nikhil as he continues to walk down this hallway.
I walk to the door.
Okay. It is sealed. You see no noticeable handles or any way to open it.
It's another door that you need to open.
Okay. Right. Don't forget your arrow, by the way.
Can someone grab that?
I'll do it.
Thank you.
I'll
You wanna
walk
walk
towards the
over?
door.
Yep. And you, with your focus, see a standard hollow handle. What are the rest of you doing? With the two of them now at that door.
I'm collecting the arrow.
Okay. It was just right at the entrance, basically.
I'm just kind of waiting to see what's happening. I'm very unfamiliar with the whole, situation, so.
Moment, nothing seems to be happening. Except for that the camera following. What are you doing, Zardy?
He's just looking at his surroundings and taking notes of, like, if there's any air vents or anything like that that's feeding any kind of, like, since we're below ground, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's looking for, like, key things like air vents, the size of them, the mechanical devices, they're wired, where they're running, stuff like that. He's just fully observing the whole room. He's kind of staying back, very quiet.
Give me a difficulty for perception check. Yeah, so you do see a couple of very small vents on each wall. You can't tell
when
if
you say
there's...
small, like how small are we talking about?
I mean...
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
like,
Like standard house vents.
3 by 5 inches, kind of very small house vents, yeah.
Not Die Hard size.
No,
Damn it!
no Nakatomi Tower here.
I was ready for it.
And the wiring, does it go in the ceiling or through the wall?
Wiring you don't see.
On the camera.
You just see vents.
Gotcha.
Dan, the camera itself, is it actually visible? Is it...
You can see it, yeah. It's up on the ceiling, like, corner, about halfway through the room.
I would like to go straight underneath it and see if it, like, has movement, like, up and down as well. Or just, horizontal. So that's what I'm gonna do, just slowly, kind of apprehensively go and stand below it.
Yeah. So as you start walking toward it, you do see the camera kind of turn and aim a bit down at you. But then once you're directly underneath it, it doesn't go like vertical to see you. It kind of goes back up and then looks over toward the people that are at the door.
So as I'm doing this and I look up and I see it not turned like directly down towards me, I don't scream that, but I just kind of look around to see if anyone is meeting my eyes, be like, it doesn't move. Look,
I mean, I would have picked up the arrow and turned around. What?
I'm invisible.
It's a blind spot. Huh. Dan, looking at the camera, I had intended to like ask about this, but am I able to see any connections in like the direction at which they would be going with my focus, or would I not be able to see any connections?
The connections, like what Zaire is trying to figure out with like
Right.
wiring. Got it. Yeah, but since you can have, yeah, you do. You see them go almost straight back and then disappear into
behind them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. All right. Are we ready?
Yes.
Do the rest of you catch up with them at the door? Or are you still sitting back?
Anxiety's still sitting back. He's just kind of
Me
like.
too.
Okay, so the two of them look like they're kind of observing.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll go up front with them.
Okay, so Manasa leaves you two back there.
All
I ready
right.
my tear blaster.
We can't see them, or we can't see them.
You can totally see them. Yeah, it's only like maybe
cool.
20, 30 feet of a hallway. It's not like you've been in longer corridors in cauldrons before, so you can see and hear everybody talking as long as they're not whispering. So you would have heard Alkali go, "Should we go?" essentially.
All right. I'll just go ahead and open the door since I got responses from 2 of them.
Yep. And the door opens into a very, very large round chamber, probably a good 200 feet tall. You're looking at like a good 100 feet wide in diameter. In the center, there are a few very notable things. You see what looks like a cauldron force field. You're unfortunately familiar with them. Housing a very, very large machine creature. I'll have you, everyone, give me. It'd be more like a memory than it is perception. You can see this thing just fine, but it'll be int difficulty 5.
Would I be able to use my photographic memory?
Yes, the difficulty is going to be 1 higher for you if you do, just because these things are rare. So if you've seen it before, boom, you'll know it. But it'll be a difficulty 6 for you if you use that skill. Just in this case.
All right.
Do we, like Zairi and me, do we also roll? Like, can we see it from
everyone?
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, if you two are still in the hallway, you don't roll. That's a very good point.
Okay.
Very good point.
And artifact knowledge wouldn't apply to this either.
No,
Okay.
this is a machine creature, not an artifact. Yeah, none of you have seen this before.
What is that?
Quadruped, very, very large. It looks frozen. Like you can see in the force field cold, like when the air is kind of moving and almost looks sluggish. It has like a dim red glow on its shoulders and back. It's just massive. Like end to end, it's probably maybe 10 feet.
I will turn to. I'm sorry. I will turn to Zaidi and say, should we go?
That is your call. I am going to sit back and watch and see what unfolds.
Well, if you're staying back, I'll stay here with you.
Then you need to be very quiet.
Okay, I can do
And
that.
very hidden. And he like goes into a back, like a corner where the shadow is like, kind of underneath the camera, and just kind of posts up against the wall and crosses his arms.
Okay. Do you join him, MK, under the camera, or?
How far away is he from me?
If you went back to the entrance, 10 feet away. Like,
Okay,
it's
I'll just
not
do
that
like an Ace Ventura kind of thing, like kind of like on the wall like that, just shimmy, kind of try to avoid the camera. Like kind
Okay,
of comic.
maybe you bump one of the photos, but
Does it break? Does it fall?
no,
Oh,
no, it does. Just kind of gets very crooked.
okay, that's fine.
Okay, so you two are chilling underneath in the blind spot of the camera. What are the rest of you three doing?
I'm not within range to give it a full scan, right? To see like what it's okay.
You need to get closer. You can definitely see there's doors on opposing sides on the right and left, and don't know past this creature. Just can't see it yet.
And can you describe? And you said the door is open now, right? We can see this thing.
Yes, she opened the door, and that's where you kind of got seen this large creature from a distance.
Can you describe the space that what does the room look like?
Absolutely. So if you're like now kind of looking a little bit more, kind of no longer looking at that large machine in the force field, it's still very clean, which again kind of throws you off. It doesn't look like a cauldron at all. It looks like an old one structure, but the facility seems to be working. Polished floors. If you look at the walls, maybe occasionally like, oh yeah, there's some more of those pictures, and looks like some old ones' desks that probably should have rotted at this point, but it looks too clean. Kind of almost looks like a lobby, like a place where people would go to, like when they enter a facility or a building first. Maybe even like I think it's like a greeting desk or something, 10 feet in, and some old security or some old like bars people are going through. It feels very alien. Maybe to us from this time it wouldn't. It looks very corporate in that sense.
Is it asleep?
Well, it's behind that force field, so we won't be able to interact with it, and vice versa. Similarly to how that one cauldron went. Remember when we disabled it and that machine came to life?
Can it see us?
Well, it looks like it's not doing anything, so who knows?
Good.
Alkali seems to be in some sort of position of power to this place.
Of course she is. Now what?
I can move in and maybe, before anything bad happens, see if I can scan whatever the hell that is.
You want to get closer to it?
Well, we're not deactivating the field. It would be just to see if I could scan it. That's all. Or we could walk on by and go through one of the doors.
Last time you had to deactivate the field using that console, correct?
Yes. Dan, looking around since Manasa said that, do I see any sort of like a console or thing to activate the field?
Yep.
Okay.
Behind that desk, you're pretty sure it's like 50 feet away or something, but it looks like you see there's a console there.
Right.
Pretty standard.
Over there. See?
I see it. Does it act the same, though?
Well, considering that most of these things, like the box and like that machine inside of that cauldron we were in, worked like that, we can assume yes. Maybe.
There is a large machine inside the room, I say to Zairi and MK.
Yeah, kind of loudly talking, not yelling, but carrying your voice. Okay. Yeah, you two hear him.
It is protected by a barrier, like the cauldron we were in.
Well, Alkali, I hate to say it, but I think your curiosity is a bit contagious.
It's just so that we're safe. I want to see if I can find any weaknesses before we get engaged.
We'll both go.
Okay.
And get a closer look so you can scan it, but that's it. We're not touching the console. We're not touching anything.
We're not. I promise. We need to get a look around the room as well before we move anywhere to see if there are any spots where there might be more more of the old one visual devices and stuff.
All right. Either way.
All right. I would start walking but I would make sure that I'm kind of looking towards any desks or anything like that to see if I see any blips on my focus.
Yeah, okay.
I'm following closely behind her.
Ooh, all right. Mikkel, were you going in with her before I ask other questions?
I look back at Zaire and MK and I say, I'm going to follow and look out for anything dangerous.
Should we be ready for a fight?
You can
Always.
If you want to go, go ahead. If curiosity is your thing, go.
I am not going.
I'm
I said.
I'm going to step inside, but I'm not going to be nearby. I'm going to have my bow sort of ready with an arrow.
Okay. And to get, now that you kind of step in, so to speak, Nikkel, to answer your question a little bit more of the room, like what it looks like now that you're here and maybe looking around a little more inside. There are a lot of cables running from the ceiling, looping around. You may even catch, there's like what looks like the doors or something on the right and the left. There's cabling or wiring running, not along the floor, but some sort of conduit going to each of those rooms as well.
MK, what I'm about to tell you, do not be loud.
Okay.
When Alkali was talking to the whatever.
Ares?
No.
What?
This is when you were unconscious back at the other area. It was cognate. It knew about this one in this facility. I believe they communicated, and I believe we are walking into something that is not 100% safe. So, with that...
You say it as if we've ever walked into something that was 100% safe.
This is... this is something being prepared for us to be here. Now, I am not going in there immediately.
We need to be ready to protect them.
Protect them?
Yes.
Why?
What? What? What do you mean, why?
I only protect those I trust.
What? You don't trust them now? What happened?
Nothing. Look. Something's not right here. As long as I live, I have never walked into the hands of something being controlled by a higher up. Now, if we heard Alkali speaking to Ares, that means whoever's behind this has heard it too. This possibly something we cannot walk out of. Though I want to tell the others, I am not appreciated enough to be listened to. So we wait.
No, don't just... What? You have to say that. You have to say it.
No.
Yes! I'm going to. If you don't,
No.
I'm gonna go.
Listen.
I'm gonna start screaming right now.
If you scream, you put everyone in danger.
See? That's why you need to go tell them.
I could be wrong.
It's okay. Just warn them, though.
Listen. Every time I have tried to prevent something from happening, it backfired. On me, as something completely different. So, sometimes you have to let the fledglings go.
What?
You can't protect the nest at all times. This is how people grow.
Oh, people die. That could also happen.
They'll be okay. He has the ear of the ancients and the eyes of the vision. When things go awry, we will see what we can do. But for now, it's best we watch this and be very, very, very observant. We are more help to them here than we will be in there.
Are you just saying this because you're mad? Or upset?
I know. I just had the feeling I could relay something to you, but now it has become an infection of my mind. Listen, if you do not believe me and you want to run to them, go for it. But what I am doing is more preparation than anything. It's up to you if you want to listen or not. I'm done holding hands. Now just be observant.
Do you trust me?
I am talking to you, Ness.
Yes,
No.
but that does not mean you trust me
Here's the
necessarily.
Here's the plan.
So do you just trust me because I was unconscious this whole time?
MK, you're thinking too deep into this.
Am I?
I should have kept this to myself.
How long was I unconscious for? Damn.
Look, you either want to listen or not.
I am here to. I'm listening. I don't understand everything, but I'm listening.
Lower your voice. Listen.
Yes.
As soon as something goes wrong, I'm cutting this down. Immediately.
What is he pointing at?
The camera.
The camera? Okay. Okay.
Keep your eye on the vents. Keep eye on the door.
Okay.
If we need to bomb rush that door before it closes or whatever happens inside there, you need to be able to smash it open. Or throw your hammer in between.
Okay. Okay. So
Don't
who
freak
smashes the
out.
camera?
It's just a thought.
Yes.
But I like to be prepared.
No, that's good. It's good. It's good. I can smash the camera, or I can go towards the
You
door.
do nothing right now.
Not right now, Zahiri. If it comes to that,
I will cut the camera. You have to
I never
bomb
get to
rush
have
the
any
door.
fun. Okay, fine. Okay.
Now, here's the deal. Listen closely for Artemis's voice. Akalai will probably give a command. Something this clean, there's somebody behind this. Someone that's prepared for anybody to come in.
Well, we're gonna be ready for them. Right?
Ares. Yes.
Look, we have stayed alive.
You see that room there?
Yes.
If you want to get a closer look, go for it. You being closer to the door is the better thing to do.
Okay.
I will remain here, unseen. If this eye picks you up, that's fine.
Okay.
It already knows that we're here.
All right.
Be calm.
See what happens.
Read the situation. You can do this.
I can do this. Okay. And I will just slowly go towards the door while at the same time looking back to see what the camera is doing. You know, looking at Zaidi, kind of, apprehensively going towards it.
Yeah, it starts following you. It kind of moves away from the door, locks onto you, and then as you go to the door, where you'd probably see Nikel maybe 5-10 feet in with his bow out.
What's happening? Hi.
We're just being prepared. Alkali and Manasa are going to take a look at that machine, and I point to it.
And you see them walking toward it.
And as we were walking, did I, by any chance, catch anything?
Go ahead and give me a perception, difficulty 4. Yeah, nothing kind of really pokes out on tables or anything like that. It looks like a lot of workstations
Right.
all over the place. People used to do something here regularly, but as you kind of push past some of the desks that are mostly kind of organized and situated, you arrive at the force field and the console in front of it. And we will take our break.
Yeah. Wow, that was unexpected.
Let's push all the
That
buttons
was-
now.
Unexpected. Yes, please.
How'd you know? Definitely didn't talk about being careful. Beep, 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 bop, bop.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we're about to take our 3 to 5 minute break. There'll also be some cool trailers for some things happening throughout the week on this channel. And I don't know if there's a trailer or not for it, but I do know something very cool is happening tomorrow. A small mini-series for Witchcraft and Wizardry, GM'd by that guy to my right on the screen. Which, do you have anything you'd like to say about that real quick, Whack, before the break?
Yeah, it's going to be Demon Lord and Desires for Witchcraft and Wizardry tomorrow. It is essentially going to be about a story that Murgles wrote when she was 14 and decided to talk about on her channel, and I thought it would be hilarious to make it canon in the Harry Potter universe as a book series. So we're doing a special. A little 4-part mini series starting tomorrow, and it will probably really destroy Murgles. So make sure you watch it.
Yeah, that sounds delightful. Thank you, Whack.
So wait a minute, you're gonna act out her book?
You'll have to see.
That's I'm fucking down. I'm down with that. Let's go.
You'll have to see.
I've been watching her a lot lately, and I'm really excited for that.
Murgles is great. That whole Christ is
awesome.
great. Wonderful. Well, we'll see you in 3 to 5. Go follow these lovely people. Even if they are brooding in character, remember, we do like each other. So just want to make note of that wonderful thing for you. But like, does Frank actually hate everybody?
Dude,
Yeah,
I'll
he
just
does.
say this.
He told us right beforehand. No,
Yeah, he hates me.
No, and it's
He
like
tells me that every time.
Look, when I do characters,
he hates
I do deep development. I don't surface scrape characters. They have like deep layers. There's deep meanings behind a lot of things that these characters say, but I do notice a lot of people read the surface of a character, and I just let you guys go ham on it. And all I do is in the back of my head is just smile and shrug my shoulders. I'm just like, you guys just don't even know.
Sometimes you see him
He's like
smile
an
not
onion.
in his back of his head, which is even better.
I like poking.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
great.
enjoy
Yeah,
poking.
it's the same thing with my other character, and then Ryan. Everybody's just like, he's evil. We hate him. I'm just like,
No one said you're evil, though.
not in this, but I'm talking about my other.
Yeah. Not for Zadie.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know, man. But it's good. It's funny. It's hilarious. But if, like I said, it's a credit to acting, I guess. If you guys are that
Damn.
blindfolded, go for it.
perfect. Well, if you want to see these lovely people do their own thing, go follow them. Thank you very much, and we'll be back in 3 to 5.
Pout.
I love you, Frank.
More pouting.
Welcome back.
Not enough
Welcome
pouting.
back. Hello, everyone. We had to tell Frank to be angry again.
Well, I'm not angry. I guess straight
I know, pouty. Yes. There he is. No talk me angry.
I'm actually hangry. I haven't eaten this whole damn trip. No, I was kidding.
Same.
Someone ate all the jerky again.
Yeah.
Wasn't me.
Only
Was
left
not
human
me.
jerky.
Frank, I'm watching you.
Sure. I'm not gonna kill you or anything.
Whoa! All right,
Wow.
soon to have PvP
Okay.
maybe. It's fine.
Spoilers.
Well,
I don't feel safe here, guys. Can you just come out of the room now? Thank you.
that's a great segue because none of you should feel safe here. No,
Boom.
at least according to Zadie, as that was one of the last conversations that took place. But welcome back from the break. We're gonna go right back in as Manasa and Alkali approach the field. You get closer to this machine. What are you doing, Alkali?
I've got my focus ready, and as soon as I'm close enough to give it like a thorough scan to see if there are any weak points or if there's any information on the readout, that's what I'm going for on this thing.
Okay, so you're going on the scan first, not messing with the console first.
Not
Okay.
touching anything. Yeah.
Totally fair. Okay. It's always good to clarify. Give me a perception check. Difficulty 7.
Yeah, okay, none of this applies. I I will apply 2 effort.
17. The effort and being trained. You begin to scan this creature, and the descriptions again from before, and front to back, about 10 feet. But if it were standing, it might hit a good 15, 16. Quadrupedal. It's not moving. You see it's very cold in there. In fact, you can see some of the vents pumping what looks like freezing air. Your focus even picks up. Yeah, the temperature in there is like minus 300 or something. It's very cold. It is unmoving, though it is active. I put in quotes. It looks as though it has almost mandibles. It's bulky. It has to weigh several tons. The deep red glow on its shoulders and chest. It's not emitting a lot of light, but it's there. This thing is scary, might be a good word to put it if you saw it moving. It's big. Any other specific questions you had about it?
Well, in particular, I wanted to see if there were any weak points that I might be able to pinpoint. So if we end up somehow magically being engaged with this creature, I'll have some sort of a plan that we can devise for the team.
Yeah, it would probably be those glowing spots on one on each shoulder. They look like they're not blaze like sacks like you've seen on like the bellowbacks, but it looks something like that, but it glows red. That is maybe the most different thing. Those do highlight though. The chest looks like it's got very heavy armor, like when you kind of like maybe angle yourself under it, and you can see what looks like maybe power cells under the layers of armor.
Okay, and nothing like on its legs or anything like that I can note.
No specific weak points, though it is, as you look at it more, and like go down the legs, 6-inch claws on each foot, wrapping cables around it, which look more like muscle than anything else.
Okay. Manasa?
I'm just staring at it. Yep.
This thing is bad news.
Yep.
So, inside that field, it's pumping up frozen air or just very, very cold air. Like, really cold. I'm assuming to disable it in some fashion, but the machine is still technically active. Like, I'm getting a reading on it.
So it's awake?
But immobilized for now.
But it's awake.
Possibly. Now, in case we get into into a fight with this thing, you see the shoulders?
Yep.
I believe those are weak points. And also, underneath that chest plate there, do you see?
Yeah.
That really heavy chest plate. Mm-hmm. There are power cells under there, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Other than that, I can't really tell. You can see its claws as well, and I would point towards the claws.
Yep.
I'm not touching anything.
Okay, we are going to back up slowly.
Yes.
We are going to turn around.
But Manasa, didn't we see red glows before?
Out of character. Would I know what she's talking about?
I'll leave
Because
that
in
up
the
to you.
village they had the wires. That's what I'm referencing.
They did.
Okay, that's what I thought. I wasn't sure.
Okay.
Yes, but this could mean something completely different.
I know. I'm just I'm panicking a little bit.
We're not touching it. We are going to back up slowly,
Yes.
and we are going to reconvene with the others.
Right.
Is this the only entrance?
I can't tell if this is the only entrance, but there are doors on the opposite sides, and I would point towards the one to the left of us, to the right of us.
As you're closer, and when she mentions that too, if you're looking through the field past this machine, you see a very, very large bulkhead door, like good 20 feet tall. Heavy duty metal. Your focus won't penetrate it if you walked around to get close.
Over there, too. You see that?
Yes. Do you know where it leads?
I've got no idea. I should have asked Ares for some sort of a map, huh?
Can you not ask whatever voice talks in here?
Maybe if we go towards the elevator? Or the old one cage? Let's move back.
Worth
We
a
have to talk
shot?
to them anyway. Yeah.
I'm going to slowly start backing away from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't
Nothing
trigger
happens.
anything.
I've got my bow like sort of trained on the big machine, and I'm
Yeah.
looking at them sort of, what's going on?
I'm going to signal that we're going back.
Yeah.
You'd see them moving toward you. You heard anything they said out loud, Nikel, but
Did I hear it as well?
you were at the door. You would have actually heard that. Zayed would be the only one that didn't hear that conversation. 'cause
So
he's just a
they
bit
would
too
have
far.
heard the weak points, right?
Yeah, if you said that out loud without whispering, they would have heard that.
Right.
So only
yeah.
Zaire is not familiar with that now.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. Did you guys hear what I was saying when we were over there?
Part of it, yes.
Okay, so shoulders. You see the red parts? And I would try and like point and see if they could notice it. Those might be a good point. If we can get rid of the chest piece underneath there. Okay? It's got huge claws. Remember that.
Huge claws, the shoulders, and the chest piece.
Yeah.
All right.
There are 3 doors in this room. I'm gonna see if maybe I can end up getting some sort of a map. Remember how they put a pinpoint on the one we had already?
I believe
Yes.
so.
Maybe we can coax a map of this facility out.
You seem to be able to talk to the spirit.
I don't know. All right, I'm gonna give it a shot. I would walk towards the room that we kind of have decided is a little bit safer with the camera.
Okay. And you see Zayed sitting underneath the camera in its blind spot. Your sword was out, right? Because you were ready to slice it. Okay, so you'd see him with his blade, maybe on his shoulder, maybe like kind of set on the ground, however he'd be posing. But he has his weapon out, and he's in the blind spot.
Okay. I wouldn't look towards him or
Okay.
give any indication that he's there.
Okay.
Ares.
Over what seems like the air, you would hear,
Yes, Administrator.
God, that's never gonna stop creeping me out. Ares, is it possible to have some sort of map of the facility?
Yes.
Would you like me to use the PDA?
Yes, you would need to retrieve the scan in the... One moment.
that is all said out loud, by the way. That was not me.
You'll need to come to the processing unit room.
Processing unit room. Would you be able to just direct me there?
Yes. The main chamber for storage. Far right door.
And Ares,
Yes, Administrator.
do you detect any other life inside of this facility other than my comrades and I?
There are a number of microorganisms in this chamber.
What does that mean?
Thank you.
You are very welcome, Administrator.
Okay. I would walk towards where everyone else is grouped up. Again,
They're,
not
I think,
paying
at the door.
Right. Again, not paying attention to Zairi because I don't want to direct anything towards him in case there is someone watching.
Okay. Zairi, can you give me a sense motive real quick? That would be int. I'll say difficulty 4. If you've got something you think, like a personality skill or whatever, let me know.
But we're besties!
Oh, sense motive. Well, my perception is a lot more heightened because I activated stand watch, and for those that don't know what that is,
yeah.
so basically it gives me bonuses to perception and stealth.
You absolutely can get an asset from that for this.
Cool.
Absolutely.
And this will be a perception action, or
Yeah.
okay.
I said sense motive, but I think with stand watch specifically, you can absolutely use perception for this.
Cool. You said difficulty 4.
Difficulty 4, you have an asset.
Okay.
Ooh, and a minor effect. You know, she's not like. I know you were. Zairi's kind of in maybe a bad mood, but you know, she is doing this because she does not want to draw attention to you. She knows what you're doing, and she is helping you in this.
Yeah,
situation.
I'm trying to protect him, basically.
She's not ignoring you out of spite. She is ignoring you because she doesn't want you to be noticed. So she's caught on to your plan in some form. That's the minor effect. You recognize that.
All right, he'll do a slight smirk without looking at her.
Yeah.
Or just peripheral vision kind of smirk.
So, yeah.
So, we can retrieve a map. However, we have to make our way over towards that door over there. He said it was the, what was the word for the room? I'm sorry, I didn't write it down.
Processing room.
Processing, okay.
Processor, I think.
Ares called it a processing room. So we can find out what these other rooms are and all of the nooks and crannies within this facility if we make our way over there. Hopefully.
It's better than staying in this room with this machine, I suppose.
All right. And I made sure to say that like loud enough so that Zairi could hear us as well.
Cool. And you do.
All right.
Especially with your perception before.
So, how do we want to do this? Do we want for me to go? Do we want...
Can't go alone.
I think
I'm
we should
going
all
with
go
you.
together. No one should remain behind with this machine.
Okay.
Zairi?
He's back.
Can
chilling
he hear
under
me
the-
though? Like I'm not looking at him, but just
Yeah, he can. Yeah, perception's
Yeah, you're still in
very
like
high.
the
He can hear.
doorway, yeah. Yeah.
Zairi,
no
are you
response.
coming along?
This device picks up audio, I'm assuming. So
We don't know.
Okay, so you don't
If it
hear a
did,
response
you would have already
from
been
Zaidi.
found.
So he kind of like, it just like kind of looks over in a direction and Looks up at the camera.
You all see him do this.
How about someone stays in here and looks through the desks here? Just in case.
I can stay. Manasa, would you like to, loot stuff with me? Oh, you're ready to fight, I see.
No, I will stay here with
MK.
and I like
With
look
MK.
with MK, and I will go through the desks.
Okay.
We'll
All
call
right.
out if we need you.
Better.
Nikhil?
Let's go.
I would probably pat Manasa on the shoulder before I go.
Will we still be able to see them where they're going now? That door, is it?
You can see the door from where you are if you're in
Okay.
this chamber. It's about 100 feet in diameter. It's a big chamber, really tall, but you can see where they're going. You won't be able to see them once they go through the door, but
Right.
I grab her hand that pats my shoulder. I look at her dead in the eye. You call if you need help.
I nod.
Come on, MK.
we'll follow the two of them going into the processing room first. You make your way to the door. It's a double door. Looks like a small bulkhead. Though you do see a panel with the hollow on it.
Do I see any sort of wires going above it?
Yeah,
Into-
you do. They go into this room, and then if you follow them back, they actually go directly to the machine's force field.
I see.
Under the ground, of course, but you do see that wiring.
Okay. There are, wires going in there that connect over towards... And I nudge I kind of nudge backwards towards the machine. I don't like this.
Do you know what they do?
Well, I mean, it might be something that powers it. So we have to be careful with what we touch in there. Okay? And while I'm happy that we have the opportunity to possibly get some sort of a map, I don't like this.
I don't like any of this. But it seems that this is our only clue on what could possibly be happening and why
Yes.
we're out here in the first place. Believe me, if there's any indication that we could go anywhere else that seems safer than this place, I would prefer to go there.
I think we've run out of safe places, Nikhil.
I'm afraid you're right.
All right, I'm gonna open the door. Be ready. And I would go to the console and do whatever inputs I have to in order to open it up, whether it's the turn or...
Yeah, it is a turn. Though you do note, it's locked. It has the red symbol until you approach. And it turns green.
God damn it.
And then you can turn it if you so wish. But it turns green at your approach.
Yes, I'll unlock it.
And locks, and you hear heavy mechanical clanks as whatever seals this door unlocks. And it slides and maybe groans a bit with the metal moving. The door opens. And you see a large room, the humming of machinery. You also see another one of those blue pedestals, just like with Artemis. On the right side of the room, surrounded by a number of those machines humming. On the left side, you see what looks like very thick glass and a number of... actually, before I do that, you give me can you give me a artifact knowledge roll of 4?
Okay.
Nikel, you could do the same with int if you'd like. Difficulty 4.
Let's hope he's smarter than me.
Not this time. But they almost look like power cells, but they're too big. So there's something weird about them. But they're behind that glass. There's no noticeable way to open or get in there. But on the right side, in kind of a square U, is all the machinery with the pedestal, blue slight glow in the center.
I have a skill called Device Insight, and I can spend int in order to do this. It says when examining any Numenera device, you gain an idea of its capabilities or how it functions, how it's activated, blah blah blah. Would I be able to possibly use that on the cells that we just saw?
Yes.
Okay, absolutely.
You absolutely can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing that.
Since Numenera, as we know it, is basically old tech in this.
Right.
Yes. Spend your points. Now, do note, if you have Edge, that does reduce the cost of abilities.
Thank you. Yeah.
So, you look at those, and again, you can't interact with them directly, but the more you kind of study them before going over to the pedestal, the more you go, those are definitely fuel cells or power cells or energy cells. There's something like that. They're bigger. A number of them are inactive, whereas the active ones seem to be glowing, kind of a light yellow.
Huh.
But they're for powering this facility. They seem to be running through them, but maybe there's a good half left. So this facility's been going a long time and very slow.
Those are power cells over there, Nikel.
What?
I believe what's powering everything in this facility. Behind the glass.
So what do we do with them?
For now, we don't touch them because that might mean the force field will...
So, don't touch them then.
Don't touch them. But keep that in mind.
All right.
So you said there was a control panel with like similar to the one we used with Artemis.
With Artemis, correct. It's the blue pedestal that you can walk up to.
Right. And was there anything else?
Hologram. Just the machinery behind the pedestal running and seemingly powering this or interacting with it.
Ares.
Yes, Administrator.
And as you ask that, a blue hologram melds up on the pedestal itself of what
goes
looks
up like instantly, like ready to strike.
It kind of looks a little similar to some of the people in the pictures, Nikel. He's got kind of a pretty like... It doesn't look like any... I mean, it's old one clothing. Kind of a few buttons down the center. Looks like there's some fabric on the side, on one of the shoulders. You may even see what looks like kind of dangling metal bits. It's all in blue hologram, but it's very sharp is maybe a way to put it, and angular in the clothing. But that melds up.
He looks different than Artemis, though.
Very much so.
Okay.
Artemis was a lot more androgynous almost. maybe bordering female. This is absolutely a male, pretty well built in how he is looking.
Is this the processing room?
Yes, it is. This is where I house my intelligence.
Okay. Well, first, may I please have that map?
You may. Please step forward with your PDA.
Thank you. I would take out the PDA.
Set it down on the pedestal, please, Administrator.
Yes. And I would put it on the pedestal.
And once you do that, the hologram actually walks up to it and starts interact. It's about the same size. It's small, but it kind of starts messing with the PDA, and like you see it kind of doing these like swiping motions. And after a moment or so, there is a map of Site Theta.
Ares,
Yes, Administrator.
would it be possible?
To the middle.
Would it be possible to, as an administrator, leave all of the doors in the facility unlocked?
Unfortunately, no. There is a minor lockdown that I have no control over.
A lockdown?
There is a corruption.
Corruption?
I remember this word. The Aloy spoke of this. This is what happened to the machines. This is why so many of them attacked.
Ares, do you have any sort of information on what this corruption was?
I have preliminary knowledge. I was left here during most of the war.
Go ahead and give me a, lack of a better term, diplomacy check.
So, I was able to use my artifact knowledge to kind of work with Artemis before. Would
Word.
I, by chance, since I have been interacting and have been successful pretty much mostly, be able to use it again? Wiggly brows.
Wiggly Brows, that's the one that did it, yeah. Yes, you can.
Okay.
It is a difficulty 6.
Okay.
But yes, you can.
Okay. And I'd like to use a point of effort, but I do have that skill that lets me use other pools. So
Right.
just to balance things out, I'm going to use a couple of points from my speed pool instead.
Okay. That is a GM intrusion.
Experience. Yeah.
You're spending it, or are you
Yep.
taking it?
Oh, I am spending that.
All right. Okay. That is your choice. All right. So the question you specifically asked was, can you give us information on...
Right, on the on the corruption, like what it was, what knowledge it does have on it.
Unfortunately, some of my subroutines are damaged. I am unable to give you this information until it is rectified.
I see. Do you have any sort of information on how we might be able to rectify that?
Yes. Would you like that information? Are you looking to repair me, Administrator?
Possibly.
Very good. This facility is running at 85% capacity. which, while is effective, it is taking most of my subroutines to manage that extra 15%. There is a corrupted machine being held here. It needs to be eradicated.
I would look at Nikel and just go kind of like, oh, fuck.
How do we do that?
You must deactivate the force field, non-administrator. Please do not address me again without proper authority.
Let me do the talking, Nikel. Ares, do you have
Yes.
any information on that machine?
Very little, unfortunately. Most of what I can do is keep it deactivated in its capacity.
If we were to disable that force field, which I'm not saying we are, I noticed that there was cold air being pumped out of the vents inside of the force field. Would that still be able to immobilize it slightly for us to be able to take it down? Or would it spread throughout the room and possibly harm us?
There are some fail-safes enacted. You must disable its freezing, as well as
The field.
the field. Yes. Apologies. Conversation is difficult.
No, it's fine. That'll be all, Ares, thank you.
You're very welcome, Administrator. The main chambers needing to be deactivated if you so choose.
And on your map, there are a couple of pings. So you see the main facility. There is the large chamber where this machine is. You are currently, there's a little note. It says processor room, which is the room you're in right now. There is ice and heat sources on the far left side of the facility. And then past that large bulkhead in the very back says transportation. And then Ares melds away into the platform.
And there were pings on all of these?
Pings on the ice and heat specifically.
Right.
Do you know what we must do?
Well, I'm a little overwhelmed. So Ares wants us to disable that machine. But we need to...
But Ares
Also-
can't do it.
Right. He needs us to.
So
We would need
have
to
to
disable-
fight that thing?
We would have to. But, look here. And I would point on my PDA, like, where the transportation was. What if that is similar to what we used to get here in the first place? What if it's similar to that? Because then the distance between here and the facility that we're trying to get to, or whatever the distress signal is coming from, they might be connected.
I suppose if we prepare ourselves for a fight beforehand, we can have the
Right.
advantage.
We would need to disable the heat in this room over here on the left, and I would be pointing again to the PDA throughout. We would have to disable, I guess, temperature control? And then the field, and then that. But we don't have to do this. So,
All right, let's
Let's go
bring
talk
this
to them.
information back to everyone then.
yeah.
Meanwhile, 3 others are back in the other facility. Zardy standing underneath a camera, and Manasa and MK searching, digging through desks, standing around. What are you doing? Specifically, you two. We know what Zardy is doing.
I would be searching the desks. With Manasa, I presume.
Yes, I would be thoroughly searching through these desks.
Okay, you can give me a scavenging roll if you'd like.
Does she get an asset from me?
She does now that you asked.
Hey.
At what difficulty?
That is going to be a difficulty 5. With a success. Between effort, assets, and being trained, you've reduced that to difficulty 1. Yeah, so you're digging through desks and
I'm taking
trying
it apart.
to... What was that?
I said I'm taking it apart.
I mean, basically, yeah, you end up like maybe taking out some of your scavenging tools, and you find one particular desk that is locked, and you begin just disassembling it rather than lockpicking, because this is easier for you. And you see maybe you're holding tools for her in aid or something, MK, or maybe you're just holding parts of metal she pulls out and off of this desk.
Yeah, I'm just a little helper. Kind of like
Yep.
she hands me stuff. Okay.
Manasa, could you roll a D100 for me, please? That'd be /R space D100. Roll 20. 36. All right, thank you. Okay. So what you find is it's a small disc, and it's in some sort of case of some kind, and it specifically says personal shield temporary.
What's that?
I don't know. But it's shiny, and I'm sure I'll figure it out.
No? But what is it, though?
I don't know, but I will
Okay,
figure it out.
but we need to figure that out, though.
Not right now. We have plenty more desks to go through.
That is mostly what you find. Scavenging rolls for the room. Everything else you find looks like it's been vacated or left
Nothing else
fairly
is
empty.
shiny. Let me open it. Can we open it? Does it open?
It does open.
You would totally see maybe glimpses of this every now and then, Zardy, through the door of them digging through desks and whatnot.
Don't know exactly how it works.
You can read that, by the way.
Yeah.
Can or cannot?
Can.
Can.
English
What?
is readable.
I would like to use my identifying lies, danger, importance ability on it.
Go for it.
What difficulty?
Difficulty 4. And that's a nat 20. Okay. I was just going to tell you what you already know because it's important. It's not dangerous. It has a label on it. But that's a nat 20 with a major. Yeah. You've seen something like this in your trade before. You've actually seen something like this. It puts up a temporary force field around the user. You place it on your chest. It will attach to seemingly anything, and for the entire day, where it'll burn out. You get an asset to all speed defense rolls. Just telling you exactly what it is because of that nat 20.
So, to clarify, I know that if I place it, it attaches, right? But I don't...
Yep.
But it activates if I push the button.
It activates when you place it. So
it activates when I
putting it
place
on
it,
your
okay.
chest activates it, and for the next day you get an asset to speed defense.
I'll not activate it yet, but I will, I'll literally like place it inside my shirt.
Okay.
Wait, what are you doing?
It's
What are you
it's in
doing?
its case still, so you'd have that to prevent it from like auto turning on.
Yeah. I'll shove like the actual case in my shirt.
Okay. So you see her like pocket the thing and just. Okay.
Manasa! What the hell?
What?
What is it? Why did you put it in? I want to know what it is. What is it?
It's a temporary shield.
It's a
I've
what
seen
now?
them- Shield.
It looks pretty small to be a shield.
It's a barrier. It's like handheld. It's per person. I've seen it maybe once or twice through the trades. Very rare.
Huh. Okay, what are you gonna do with it?
Well, I stored it for safekeeping, and
Safekeeping.
when we need it, then I will use it.
Safekeeping. Okay. Oh boy. All right.
I'm not going to put it in my back pocket.
You say that now. Okay. No, I trust you.
Are you done?
Yes,
All right.
I am done.
About this time, where the other two would exit the door they entered.
You would probably see Alkali looking very grim.
And eventually,
Well-
they'll
Bad
come into
news?
view for Society.
So, Ares has data on what happened. There is some sort of a, corruption in the facility. And, in order to get the information on said corruption and possibly to use it for future reference,
We have to let something out, don't we?
That machine is the source of the corruption, according to the spirits.
yes.
Much like the machines that were corrupting the sacred lands.
You're joking.
No. There's also, transportation.
Alkali thinks that there is another way we can move very quickly, like we did in that box.
Possibly. Unless it's some other form of transportation. I would pull out the PDA and move in close to MK and Manasa and point towards, like, the map. I was able to retrieve a map from Ares, and, that's it there. But I'm assuming we won't be able to use that until we do what Ares wants.
And Ares, the voice,
Yes.
wants us to let that thing out and wants us to kill it?
We would have to disable the cold temperatures. I would point towards the vents and then point towards, like, the ice and heat room on the map. That's to our left. We would have to disable that.
Why doesn't it do it itself?
I can't.
What do you mean it can't?
I don't know if we can trust this thing.
Exactly. How did it get it there in the first place?
I don't know.
It obviously knows how to stop it.
Have you asked that thing if there's people here?
I did. Remember?
And?
You said there were microorganisms, so I'm assuming very small things?
Looking
So no
around
people.
wildly again.
So no people. So the microorganisms
Like rats.
in this place?
Probably smaller than rats? Maybe? I don't know. But yes.
Tiny machines?
Vacuum cleaners? What the hell?
No.
That doesn't make any sense. What's happening here?
I don't know. We can explore
The
the
voice
rest of
is
the...
obviously keeping this facility alive and well
It
while
is.
storing that giant monstrosity that's apparently infecting it.
I don't know much more than what I was told. Because Ares says that basically they're using 15% of their own resources to try and keep the facility afloat. In order to gain information, we would have to assist. Now, we could explore and check out if we can get behind into that transportation room and see. Maybe we could just leave. But I don't think it's going to be that simple, and there were also power cells in that same room. So I think those are what are powering the facility. And half of them were destroyed. Or not destroyed, but empty.
What was the whole point in us coming here again?
To find answers.
And
And possibly we could use that transportation to get to our final destination.
Have we found any answers?
We could.
No, I'm asking if we have found any so far. Or anything.
no.
When I asked about the corruption, which is very relevant to what our entire society has gone through, Ares said that he had information, but he
But he's
couldn't
not
access it.
going- Because we have to destroy that thing.
Right.
It does sound
It's
very
funny
suspicious.
how that works.
It does.
Yes, exactly.
I'm not denying that. I'm not.
I
But-
worry that we have been lured here.
I was worried about that too.
Well, good thing we caught down because now we can leave.
And go where? That is
Somewhere
the
other than
question.
here.
We have miles and miles and miles and miles and miles to go. We don't know if there's anything between here and where that distress signal is. If we are able to activate whatever transit system this has, we won't have another MK situation where someone gets heat stroke and can possibly die. We can avoid a lot of dangers.
So, are we all on the same page of not fighting that?
That's my hope.
The other option
We're all in
is
agreement.
before we make a decision, the other option is that we could prepare to fight it,
Yes.
just so that we know what our options are. We haven't begun any sort of fight. It hasn't surprised us. We might be able to surprise it. We have traps, we have explosives.
Yes. Ares said that he was the one incapacitating it.
The machine?
Yes, with the temperature control system.
Huh.
And he can't render it immobile.
Well, he's rendered it immobile, but if we release that force field, we'll all freeze.
That's all a bit too convenient for Ares, huh?
Yeah.
So, I guess my question would be, if we were to go and try to attempt to find this transportation, doesn't Ares have access to said transportation?
Might be able to.
What's stopping him from preventing us from getting there then?
There was something about a lock.
A lock?
Ares said something about a lock.
Was it on the transit station?
I think so.
Ares,
Yes, Administrator.
Oh good, he could probably hear us this whole entire
don't
time.
address him or he'll get angry.
The machine will get angry?
Shh. Just let me talk. Ares,
Yes, Administrator.
You mentioned a lockdown before, or some sort of a locking mechanism?
That is correct. Minor lockdown procedures.
Right. And again, just so that my colleagues here can hear, how is it that we'll disable this?
Disable the minor lockdown or the force field around the corrupted machine.
The lockdown.
The lockdown cannot be undone until the corruption is dealt with. I cannot risk it escaping and causing more problems for the war.
Causing more problems?
Wars have sides. Which side would it cause problems for?
Ares?
Yes, Administrator.
What was this? What side was this machine on?
The corrupted machine?
Yes.
I do believe one of the subroutines happened to have gone rogue and caused more problems. This is not a machine from my time.
Interesting. Do any of you have any questions?
When
Doesn't
did
really
this?
give us an answer.
When did this get trapped?
Ares, do you have information on how long ago this machine was trapped here in this force field?
This particular corrupted machine has been here for 300 cycles. Years.
Did it just correct itself? I would have whispered that to myself.
Oh. We didn't hear that comment?
No, I
You
was.
definitely
We didn't hear her.
You didn't her
We
comment.
heard-
you
we
heard,
heard
his.
him.
Comment. Yeah,
Yeah.
her comment.
Yeah, we
Okay.
heard it's yeah.
Yep.
Oh, shit. And just to clarify for my friends, Ares, the lockdown is locking the door to the transit system, yes?
That is correct, Administrator.
Could, and you would see Alkali visibly kind of shaking. Could you possibly, give us some sort of information on the type of transit system and any sort of, like, destination?
There are many destinations of the particular transport system. It was meant to transport weaponry to aid the war in the West.
Does it go north?
It goes mostly north and west
West.
in its trajectory.
West, that's what I meant. I would make eye contact with everybody. Ares, that'll be all. Thank you.
You are very welcome, Administrator.
Can everyone but Alkali give me a difficulty 3 perception check? It's because you're a bit focused on other things. If you don't have perception as a skill, it's just intellect, difficulty 3. Okay. Mikhail Manasa, you would see Zaidi maybe like kind of trying to get your attention underneath the camera, holding his blade up, kind of maybe like pointing at the camera, like inquiring, more or less.
I shake my head.
I feel sick.
Okay. You can see them doing that. So you see them going, no.
I'm following Zairi's wherever Zairi's pointing.
Yeah, they succeeded on their. So what are you trying to mime?
So I'm miming that the camera is moving towards a direction, so this is not normal.
Okay, so he's point. So you see maybe like You succeeded on that, but like you see him kind of doing like the camera movement and like aiming at you.
I guess
pointing
I'd
at
be
it.
looking at
this.
I'd be looking at like where the camera's looking then.
It is fixed on all of you.
I look at Zaire and I just shake my head.
And he goes back to standing watch.
So that transit system, my theory was correct. It goes to the west.
It seems that that device that has been keeping a look on us has become more active.
Yes, do ask our friend Ares what he's observed so far.
What do you mean?
It seems to be following us and moving.
Oh,
More so than
monitoring.
before.
Ares,
Yes, Administrator.
are you controlling the visual systems?
That is correct. I monitor this facility.
I see. And you're positive there are no other human life forms in here?
The last humans that were in this facility was well before your time. They all left.
Alkali, ask him who keeps this place so clean.
Ares?
Yes?
I noticed that the, facility has been kept very tidy. Even from walking in. How do you maintain it?
Automation.
Automation? You mean like machines?
That is correct.
So there are more. And those are not corrupted.
That is correct. They would have a potential of corruption if this were to
Was released.
escape.
Thank you, Ares.
You are welcome, Administrator.
So we either stay here and potentially get this corruption out and nothing happens and we get on this transit. Or we do what Ares asks of us and some sort of what would one such as this be trying to trap us with? While it is very suspicious, what could it hope to gain?
I don't know.
He could
but
kill two birds with one stone. We get rid of the machine that's corrupting his little machines, and he can take care of us easily.
But if his aim was to take care of us, if someone else managed to make it to this facility, I don't think they would want administrator privileges still there for someone to just walk in and pick up.
Isn't it only
He keeps this
you
place so clean, though.
who has that?
That's what the bots are for. His little machines.
Right.
So where are
I doubt
these
he would
machines?
allow. I doubt he would
That
allow
Is one of
small
the first
robots.
That's one of the first points that we need to address, MK. If we find those, we could probably lock down those rooms so that this corruption, which Ares says he's afraid that it will spread to these machines, so We could lock those away so we don't destroy them. And take this one out.
The plan you're making means that we have to open that field and let that thing out.
I realize this.
The more that I think about it, the less likely it seems that this would be a trap. I'm trying to think of a reason why. And I can't understand. If it was in league with this machine, why wouldn't it just release it?
Why would it want us to destroy it? Right.
Maybe it doesn't have clearance to do that.
It controls this facility.
It says it does, but it doesn't mean that it has full control, obviously. What if it needs administrative purposes to unlock something like that? As a failsafe.
Interesting.
So, the reason that
Something to consider.
I know. The reason that I'm going to disagree here is when I ask it to do something, it can. It's using its stores in order to keep that machine frozen. So it has control over this facility, at least mostly. Whether that means
Frozen
everything,
or keeping it alive.
well, it's keeping it from corrupting the other machines, allegedly. But that transit, that will get us to that signal, and we will avoid heat, possible starvation, and possibly more Deathbringers and other machines. I had the opportunity to scan this.
That is what I'm most worried about. We have no destination.
We do.
No, I mean, if we weren't to use what is available here, if we traveled through more of this desert, after only a few days, MK got sick. Imagine what could happen after a few more.
Precisely.
I don't know that we have a choice. We either go forward or we go backward.
Our odds suck either way. But this, we know weak points. We have a plan. We know that this will lead us to a transit system that could possibly get us at least closer to where we're trying to go. The whole point of us coming here was to see if we could figure out either some sort of clue as to how or what we'll encounter or how we'll get there. Find out more information about these people, find out more information about what these facilities are all about and why they're all connected.
It was to find answers. I agree.
Precisely.
It was not to find a way to transport us to A to B. What was our original plan before we even came here?
To try and find the next safest place.
We were trying to look for some place to travel to. We have no information. Even the people in this in Falls City, they knew nothing. We are traveling blind. We know nothing.
And that's what we all agreed upon. We knew we were going to be doing this. We knew
Right, but this is an evil we can see, Manasa. I'm not trying to put you in danger.
I know you're not. I'm
trying to get us away from it.
I understand.
I don't like the
idea. I'm not
idea.
disagreeing with you.
I don't like the idea of us taking the advice of any machine.
I agree.
But this spirit, although strange, might present us with the only opportunity that we have. The other option, only option that I can think of is we pick a direction and we walk. Unless you have another suggestion.
What lies ahead? What danger lies ahead?
Right.
What if it's just desert?
Like I said to Mikkel before, I think we've run out of safe places.
Do you have any other ideas? I'm more than willing to hear them.
No, I don't.
I look at Zaire out of the corner of my eye.
You see him slightly shrug.
I look at the machine, and then I look back at Zaire.
You haven't been able to get a good look at the machine. Alrighty. You just recognize more that that's a force field in the distance that usually contains them like cauldrons. But
Would
you
he
haven't really
have
been able to see it.
heard the second time I ran down the weaknesses? Because I think I came over and I said them
You did.
audibly.
Yeah, he would have heard.
Okay.
He would have heard it. Yeah, for sure. He just hasn't been able to see it.
Right.
He's gonna kind of look down at I guess he's going to notice. I mean, he's heard the conversation, right? About
Yeah. You've
attacking
heard all the
thing.
conversation because they've been having it
Yeah.
near the door.
So he's gonna
you can
kind of
hear
like
it.
look down at his sword and then look at Nickel and just be like, he doesn't feel confident that he can do any damage to this thing of this size with what he's got. He wants to build. Yeah, I mean, his internal thoughts is, if he's gonna go along with this madness, because that's what he thinks it is, he is going to need something a lot bigger. Right now, he just feels like this is crazy. So he's just kind of like.
You can see him look doubtful when he's looking at his sword, but that's about the only context you can get from his thoughts.
All right.
I'm exhausted.
I think that I probably look at Zaire in the eye and I say, as I turn my head, I say, this is a choice for all of us. If we don't feel comfortable doing this, then I don't think we should do this.
I agree. But I'm just saying that this is the best option that we have. Maybe not right this second. Maybe we get some rest.
Let's prepare.
Prepare. And then come back.
I don't trust this thing. This
Neither do I.
machine, the spirit, whatever that is. But we've come this far, and there's no turning back. We just gotta push forward and pray for the best.
You should ask Ares if he can lend us any hand.
Ugh, I doubt
Like defense?
Any
Where would the
aid.
hand come from?
that. That's a good one.
Smile.
Jokes.
Ask him if he can lend any aid. If we are to
Ares.
take out this thing.
Yes, Administrator.
Apologies for berating you with questions, but
It is all right.
I was wondering if at all possible, if we were to fight this corrupted machine, therefore aiding you, would you be able to aid us during our fight?
There is a possibility of this, though I would need to have more expanded capabilities, which you could indeed grant, Administrator.
What would these capabilities entail?
More access to the facilities, whole capabilities.
So you have limited access. I have more than you?
You have more authority. I have more access.
Interesting.
And if I were to enable this, is there any definitive defense aid that you would be able to give us?
I may occasionally be able to slow it down, though interfacing it would risk me being corrupted.
Of course, we don't want that.
It would be unwise for your survival.
Yes. That'll be all, Ares, thank you. I'll have to deliberate.
You are welcome, Administrator.
And I think that's where we will call the episode.
Oh boy. Oh, we're gonna die.
I did not anticipate this entire episode being talking with AI, but here we are. Fuck.
Here you are. So, well done, everyone. You've survived another day in the Forbidden Lands.
Yay!
For now.
I thought I was gonna level this episode.
I mean, you might have if you had accepted some of the GM intrusions.
Well, listen, I'm not trying to get
What do
everybody
these
killed.
grenades do?
Yeah, I'm gonna accept that one, Dan. Sure.
Oh, well, thank you all for being here and playing and watching, all you lovely viewers. Gonna do quick shout outs of everybody and end of session goodness as our party is prepping themselves for danger. But let's go ahead and start with Kat today. Who are you? What do you do? And what are you gonna choose for your end of session?
What are you gonna do? Well, I'm Kat. I play Manasa, your favorite loot goblin, the best loot goblin. I think for end of session, I would like to. Do we get a rest?
Not yet. You have not rested. We were talking about
I'll wait.
resting.
I will wait before doing a recovery roll. So first off, I'm gonna give an XP to MK for helping me. Yes, for
Helping you steal shit.
Yeah.
Who says
For helping
stealing
me-
is bad, am I right?
Or just permanently borrowing.
Exactly, it's borrowing. Yes, that's what it is. Yes, we borrowed some stuff, okay? We're gonna return it, maybe. At some point.
All right. So can I do study a machine already fought / observed? Does observed count? Because I'm looking at it.
That would be, I would say the language I used for that as observation would indeed count.
To gain an asset on the next fight of same machine.
Yep. Not the whole
Okay.
fight, but you would get your one of the rolls against that
One of the
machine.
rolls
You
would
would indeed. Mhm.
Okay. So that's what I want to do. Do I have to roll for that?
No, you just get it.
No? Okay,
Now,
cool.
I changed the wording on that a little bit, so you can use that asset when you choose. It's not the immediate next roll. It's just in that next
Just
fight of the
in
machine.
that next fight? Okay.
Exactly.
I gotta remember to got it. Got it. I'm gonna put a little thing right here to remind myself.
For sure. Perfect. Thank you very much. Faye.
Me? Hi. I'm Faye Lynn. I'm a voice actor and a streamer, and I played Alkali today. As for my end of session, I'm going to go ahead and give an experience to Zairi because while Alkali did notice that he was being distant, I think that she kind of got the idea of what he was trying to do with the camera and everything like that. And I think she would have appreciated the fact that he was looking out for them and trying to be stealthy and trying to be calculative. So that would go to him. And I will go ahead and take an experience.
Okie dokie. I guess you want some of that back after.
That'd be nice.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Faye. Bloody.
Hello. Hi, I'm Bloody Faster, and I stream sometimes, and I cosplay sometimes. And for the end of session stuff, I'm gonna take 1 XP. And I'm gonna give 1 XP to Alkali because she did a lot of talking today and she deserves it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. And you're bloody faster. Go follow her. Do all that.
She's great.
She streams things. She's great. Because I don't think I think my other brain either tuned out you shouting out yourself or you avoided it. And I think it was the
say my
second.
name, but that's don't follow me, follow
there we go.
the other people.
Yeah, so go follow her. Great.
No.
Tech.
Hey, I'm Technique. I play Zaidi, and I stream, I host, I do the RP stuff, I do voices. I'm just a positive guy, even though you don't think so. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we totally don't think that. One of the nicest people I know.
But definitely, if you come by the stream, it's just a bowl of positivities. Like, we have a lot of fun. Just enjoy playing games. Right now, I'm playing Outward with one of my OG viewers, actually, like long-term viewers, and we're having a blast. It's hilarious. I literally was wheezing the last time we played it. I never laughed like that before, and I might want to get checked for that. But it was hilarious. You can find a clip on Twitter, which you can follow me there at Technique TV. What I am going to do is I can't do much. I would love to craft something, but I'm under a camera, so I'm gonna just take. Yeah.
Unless we can sort of do a montage prep at the beginning of next session.
Oh, okay. If that's the thing, then if that's the thing, then I'll craft something and gain an experience.
Yeah,
I have the materials, so.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You can absolutely make a crafting check now if you'd like. You'll get the experience regardless.
Okay.
Success or not.
What is it going to be? Let's see. Do I have anything that?
So what are the materials you have and what you're planning on using? I know you got those big heavy metal sheets.
Yeah, I got the metal sheets. I don't know. Do we have any oil of some sort? I feel like we had something, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Did we take any fat or anything like that from the
I only
big
have
deer?
2 wire coils that I could give you.
I mean, that could help. I mean, any materials
Wait,
could
what
help.
are you looking for? Because I have a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, so I was gonna pull MK in on this.
Yes, I have
since
sparkers, I
she
have
said she was gonna help.
wire, have stuff.
And depending on what you're doing, I mean, you'll probably all have like basic materials like that, like the real basic stuff. So if you're trying to like get heat and all that specifically.
Well, wouldn't we have maybe, if Zairi was planning this, saved some of the fat from the buck?
I can give you
The moose.
the large deer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very possible. Like if you are tinkerers and crafters and smiths and things, like that's stuff that people normally would save specifically for this reason, and I'm okay giving that to you.
We have shards. Shards are kind of like, are they like glassy?
That's mostly metal pieces, honestly.
Metal pieces.
Literal shards.
Well, even that, we can, if I want to get creative, I can position them to take the rays for the sun to create some kind of beam of light to create fire. If we have something to tear up and throw in there to
Using what?
Shards, metal, anything that can. I mean, I could possibly even use mine. I mean, I have huge sheets. I can possibly use mine.
You'll have fire starting materials. You can start fires. No problem.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if we had them or not.
Yeah. That's how you do your campfires.
I would guess I would take materials from MK to build a mold, kind of like we did for the mall. And
you're doing this like under the camera, basically.
She's just
like
sliding the items.
It would be when
on
we're
the
prepping,
ground.
more than likely.
Yeah, because we were planning on possibly exiting, trying to formulate a plan, crafting, doing
exit.
whatever we have to. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
not without me.
So if anything, what I'll say then, if you'd like, is you can save the roll after, but you'll get that experience and you can kind of. How about, well, I'll do this. Make the crafting roll. If you succeed, you'll get an asset for the quote montage, as
Do I have anything?
Whack has said.
Me.
So,
I might have something.
Yeah.
You may not. So what?
I have puzzle solving. Can I use that to craft?
Excuse me? Excuse me? You're making fun of me? It worked though. It worked though. So.
That's right. It fucking works.
That's right. That's
Whatever
right.
works.
Yeah.
What are you looking at, Zahir?
I have this, which really doesn't. I mean, it's a skill that sounds cool, but it doesn't apply to our playthrough too much. So I was kind of wanting to like argue the fact that just
He never gets to use it, Dan. Come on.
Yeah. It's
Not a reason.
It's a dirty. It's a plays dirty like specific. But it's hand and eye, and it involves agility. Let's see. That's up to a minute.
Action to initiate. Yeah, I
It's
mean,
like lock picking.
it's a dexterity manual dexterity, which is that's a lot of crafting. Is manual dexterity. Absolutely. It'll cost you 2 speed.
All right.
If you have edge, of course, that can reduce that. But.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, so we're doing a speed check on this. Okay.
Yep.
What's the difficulty?
Yeah, this will be difficulty 4.
Okay.
And this will give you an asset to your crafting. This is you basically prepping for crafting.
So if it's difficulty 4, it'll be difficulty 2, right? This is an ability, and you said the edge takes away from it. I'm just trying to understand.
Edge takes away the cost of using the ability.
Gotcha.
Edge would also take away if you put in.
So what's
effort.
your speed edge?
Yeah,
2.
So
you
this
don't pay
ability's
anything.
free for you.
Okay.
Yep, it's just free.
All right.
So difficulty 4, speed check. Or yeah, in this case.
So if I use effort in it, which I probably don't even need to, but
you can.
Okay, I'll just put 1 effort. So if I use effort, that'll cost me?
That automatically adjusts based on your edge.
Okay. All right.
If you just roll and add effort, yeah. Also, this is the most epic crafting prep roll we've ever had on the show. We need a bunch of hype in chat for this end of session thing before we have the final end of session of Whack.
I'm pumped.
It's gonna be so boring in comparison.
Wait. You said I gain an asset from something?
If you succeed on this, it'll give you an asset in the future.
So no asset.
You are
in
prepping.
This.
Correct.
Am
you are
I
prepping.
helping with his weapon, by the way?
Not well when you get to it.
That'll
He's
be
getting
if
all the
I-
prep together.
all right.
So that'll be next time.
There you go.
And you succeed.
All right, cool.
So you did it. Well done.
Yes.
Good job, chat. Well done. So you gain an asset for trying to craft this when you are doing that. You're basically getting all the stuff you need together right now and making sure you don't miss anything, so you don't have any last minute issues. So there you go.
Cool. Awesome.
And you got your experience regardless. So
Nice.
well done.
Yay.
Crafting with Michael Bay explosions going off in the background.
Slow-mo crafting.
It's like the camera's on a 360 swivel, and Zahiri's got his shirt off. He's like,
Blink.
Like ting, 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 ting,
Sweat
ting,
flapping everywhere.
explosions
Yeah, good
everywhere.
lord.
Sweat getting on the eye of the camera.
The slow-mo sweat flying in the way there as you like raise your hammer. Good lord. Perfect.
Here, just be like,
Splashing us in the face.
hair flipping. Oh yeah.
I was so anyway.
After these things, just be like.
Yeah, that's
Pantene
right
commercial.
God.
Right when we hear the boo of that song.
Yeah,
the
if
hair
that
goes
does
out.
not become some kind of fan art, I will be really disappointed.
Very
yeah.
upset.
Okay, I'm just saying. I'm
100%
just
babe
putting it
fiction.
out there, you know?
Yeah,
How
fan
are
art
we-
win of this.
explosions.
My God.
we just need this, you know?
Perfect.
You talked about
Thank
dark
you.
chocolate earlier. I'm just saying.
Yeah, there it is.
Not really meet the dark, but you know,
Jesus.
caramel.
You're not wrong. You're not
Snickerdoodle
wrong.
up in here, you know.
Oh my god.
Well, that's your new nickname. Thank you, Snickerdoodle.
that's got to be your name.
wow for it.
That's got to be your nickname in like every
dumb,
RPG you play
man.
now, Frank.
Yeah.
Frank, did you give out your experience too?
Like I can give an experience.
Oh yeah, you always give
Yeah.
an experience.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
someone
thought it was just
You
a
don't
different
have
package.
to.
You always
MK,
do that.
MK gets it because she's the only one. Well, yeah, she showed it. She showed interest in what he was thinking, and they had a moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she didn't break anything by accident, so that was great.
You didn't have to say that. Like, you were doing fine.
That means MK's growing. That's great.
I'm growing,
Yeah.
like, width-wise. Okay.
No,
All right, and
Hey, them
Whack.
hips don't lie.
Whack, what do you? We're moving forward. Whack, let's do your shout out. Let's go.
Hi, everybody. I'm Wax Steven. Normally, I'm the GM of Doom, and I will be tomorrow for the special Witchcraft and Wizardry mini-series that we're going to do for the next few weeks called Demon Lord and Desires, which is based on a story that Murgles wrote when she was 14 years old.
Yeah.
And it's going to be really fun, I think. If you have no idea what is going to happen in it, it's just think back to the stories that you might have written in creative writing around the age of 14 and 15. And it's about that.
So why would we do that though? No.
Yeah.
How many live
So
journals I've seen.
Murgles made the mistake of talking about that story on her stream, and I was watching at the time, and I said, oh boy, this is absolutely perfect to make as a book series in the now canonical history of witchcraft and wizardry. So yeah, it's
I was
gonna
there
be
when you released that information during the RP. It was amazing. She was like, "What?"
Yeah, there's some good clips of Murgles getting absolutely ruined. It was a complete surprise to her during the stream, and she was muted and going insane. It's really good. It's really, really good. So we're going to be starting that. Murgles has been helping me with it too, and it's we're really looking forward to it. So that's going to start tomorrow. As for my end of session stuff, I am going to give an XP to Alkali, and I'm going to take an XP for myself.
Thank you.
Okie dokie. Perfect. Thank you, Whack. And I'm Domestic Dan, your GM of Consequences. And what will they be next episode, depending on their choices? We'll find out.
Hopefully not dead.
Sunshine and rainbows.
That's it. I mean, that's why an AI would be called Ares for sure. It's just sunshine. That's what it means in Greek, right? Right, Bloody? Ares means sunshine and rainbows.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's what it means. Sure.
Okay, great.
Yes.
There you go. We've got we've got a true
Sunshine and
translation now.
butterflies and rainbows. Yes.
His name is Areas, not Aries. That's why Areas of Sunshine and Rainbows.
That was
We
it. It's just a
misinterpreted it.
mistranslation. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
The letter just fell off.
Yeah.
But thank you everybody for watching. We appreciate you very much. Thank you all of my wonderful RP lovelies here. Thank you, chat, for being wonderful. And yeah, we will see you next week for this show and later this week, like tomorrow and other things for other wonderful shows on Tablestory. Thank you so much. Happy New Year again. Let's have a good 2021. Bye everyone.
Please. Bye.
Bye.
Gentlemen, I have a proposition. mind's potential is within our grasp. I merely need to craft the key.
Zairi, do you really have to take your shirt off to make that weapon?